She changed Boruto and Kawaki's fate by switching their story. She then revealed where Boruto was so Kawaki could go kill him. All this to please Kawaki.
Despite all this, she has completely changed sides and will sooner or later ally herself with Boruto.
Welcome to this video that will address the subject of Eida. Eida is a character who has an important weight in the history of Boruto, and I find that she is really put aside. So this video will serve as a light for this character, and we will try to decipher what Eida will do in the next chapters. So, without further ado, let's get this video started. Already, the first time we see Eida is in a sort of standing metal tomb. Eida is described as the one who knows everything in this world. With this description, we can immediately understand that Eida is a character like no other. Code tells us that Eida was hidden by Burrow, but that the original plan was to get rid of her because she was too much of a nuisance for Jigen. Jigen, the one who defeated Naruto and Sasuke 2-on-1, is afraid of this cyborg woman. This gives her an effect of fear, even though we have never met her. Bug warns Code that she must not think that Eida will obey him easily or by force, because it is impossible to impose things on Eida. She is in a completely different category. Here we are given an image of Eida as one of power. Code will therefore clown around by telling him that if Eida challenges him, he will be up to the task and kill her. And there she is, the beautiful Eida. I think, in my opinion, that there is no more beautiful female character than Eida. But that's just my opinion. Tell me who you think will rival Eida in the comments. Code tries to talk to her, but Eida ignores him. It seems like she knows she's facing a clown. Code will make the mistake of challenging Eida by putting his claws in her neck while threatening to not ignore him and that he wants to talk with her. And there we will witness a pure moment of aura. Eida will tell him coldly, go ahead and try. After shitting himself, Code tries to follow through on his threats, but to his surprise, he couldn't move his finger. Here we see that attacking Eida is impossible. Think of it like Satoru Gojo's Infinity in Jujutsu Kaisen, but done in a completely different way. You can't attack Eida not because she has a shield, but because people are charmed by Eida. In fact, Eida has the ability to steal anyone's heart and make them fall in love with her. And this is true whether it is a boy or a girl. It works with both genders, but Eida did not choose this ability. It was Amato who implanted it in her. She sees her power as a burden and therefore has resentment towards Amato. She then humiliates Code by saying that she wants to brush her teeth first before talking to him. She immediately understood that there were better things to do than worry about this fraud of Code.
After Eida brushes her teeth, they have a discussion. In this discussion, there is one important thing to note. This thing is Eida's second power. Eida has the ability to see everything that happens in the world. She describes it as if she had several cameras and could consult them at any time. She specifies that she can only see the past and the present. She cannot see the future or events that happened before she was born. Code will try to put her powers to the test by saying if she was able to mention an event that happened recently. She then proceeds to make fun of Code by mentioning Ishiki's death. She says she found Ishiki quite pathetic and that it makes her laugh quite a bit. It's true that she has a point. Beating the two best ninja of all time in 2 against 1, then being humiliated by one of her own kid by a poor multi-cloning technique is quite embarrassing. Ishiki really loses credibility and aura. Eida then goes on to tell us in this discussion that she only lives to be with Kawaki. Code will then tell her how she finds Boruto. She will then answer that Boruto is cute and dreamy. This is to be noted and remembered for the rest of the video. But Eida is not alone. She has a brother. A brother like no other. Eida describes her brother as her knight, since he protects her all the time. Being fast and strong, he has the ability to reflect enemy attacks. His name is Demon. This demon is really very strong that saying all his abilities in this video would be too long. I might do it in a future video. The next interesting thing to notice from Eida is that she will go, against her will, to Amato's laboratory. A small fight will take place, but Eida is untouchable, so Shikamaru will come up with a genius plan to get out of this situation. He suggests that Eida come and settle down in Konoha so she can talk to Kawaki without any problems. By mentioning his collaboration with Eida, Shikamaru knows that this plan doesn't follow Code. Code and Eida then retreat by capturing Amato, but Eida is very interested in joining Konoha. After Eida helped Code remove his limiters, she got fed up with Code, and she wanted to separate from him. After Demon humiliates Code one-on-one, Eida will give us another moment of pure aura. Eida will let Code run away because she doesn't care about him, but she will tell him a terrifying sentence. She said to him, "I can see everything, so I'll kill if warranted." Eida is really terrifying when she wants to be. After this new humiliation that she inflicted on Code, she will go and settle in Konoha. By settling in Konoha, she will first be watched, and not by just anyone. She will be watched by Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki. Kawaki's presence suits her well, by the way.
Time passes, and Eida's next action will shake up the entire Boruto universe. Kawaki just put Naruto and Hinata to sleep, and Eida finds Kawaki in the middle of the forest, pursued by all of Konoha's shinobi. Kawaki is taken aback. He doesn't know what to do anymore, and he literally gives himself up to Eida by telling him all his problems and wishes. His famous wish is to simply be the son of the Hokage and for Boruto to be a stranger, exactly like him. So, Eida, having the deep desire to help Kawaki, will use a very powerful shinjutsu. She will, unintentionally, reverse the story of Boruto and Kawaki in people's minds. Thus, in people's minds, Boruto is Kawaki and Kawaki is Boruto. So now, Kawaki is no longer pursued by all the shinobi of Konoha because in everyone's eyes, he is the victim. Boruto is now seen as the murderer of the 7th Hokage. This event literally changed the entire destiny of Boruto and Kawaki, and Eida is the main person responsible for this act. You understand that Eida is a colossal character for the story of Boruto. Eida will also realize this, and will immediately join Boruto to apologize to him. 'Cause yes, Eida is not mean. She will even assure Boruto that she will protect him by not informing Boruto's position to the shinobi of Konoha. 'Cause she feels guilty.
In the second part of the manga, in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Eida is just a spectator. She is more put aside. In fact, she will attend more significant moments than be the main actress. The first thing we see of Eida is that she has inquired about her omnipotence. By deciphering the details of her power, she has concluded that the Otsutsuki and those who have the same blood as her are not affected by her shinjutsu. She will then question the inconsistency of the situation of Sarada and Samaire, who, from her point of view, believe that they are not affected by omnipotence, but that they are affected by her charm. She begins to suspect something, especially his little brother Demon. The chapters go by, we see very little of Eida, but there is a moment that will upset her. It's the fact that Mamushi, Bug's alter ego, is able to observe her. He will also target her to devour her. Witnessing this scene, Eida shits herself and will then never watch the Shinjus live again because she is afraid of Mamushi. Kishimoto also teases us of an inevitable fight between Eida and Demon against Mamushi. And finally, Eida will witness a lunar scene between Sarada and Samire. Samire will reproach Sarada for going to cuddle Boruto first when she knew very well that she was in love with him. Seeing this scene, Eida can't help but show us her excitement. She wishes for this scene to continue.
To any reader of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, I think this has not escaped your notice. You have seen that Eida has a crush on Boruto. But it's not just because of Boruto and his infinite aura. But it's also because of Kawaki, who doesn't pay attention to Eida. To prove my point, I noted different moments that show that not only is Eida in love with Boruto, but also that it was planned since her first appearance. Already, when Code asks her what she thinks of Boruto, Eida will answer that Boruto is cute and dreamy. You will tell me, well, why did she prefer Kawaki then? Later, Boruto will ask her the question and she will answer him that the problem is only age. The fact that Boruto is 12 years old and she is 16 years old impacted her choice to choose Kawaki over Boruto. At the end of Boruto, she will also be impressed by Boruto's maturity to the point of wondering if Boruto was really 12 years old. But Kawaki will tell us after that it is mainly because Eida and Code's agreement and that Kawaki remains alive, and that Boruto serves as a meal to the Jubi. So, she could forget about a possible romance with Boruto because she and Code had planned his death together. But now that she has changed sides, things are taking a different turn. Already, since Boruto left Konoha, Eida lives with Kawaki and Demon. And every day, Eida realizes that Kawaki is not who she hoped he would be. Like, for example, right after Boruto's fight against Mitsuki, Kawaki will not at all kindly ask Eida to hurry up and give him Mitsuki's position so that he can find Boruto and kill him. Delta is going to tell Kawaki to stop having this attitude because 1, he's a fraud, and 2, Eida needs a few seconds to find him. Kawaki will say in front of Eida that he doesn't give a damn about 1, being a fraud, and 2, that it pisses Delta off that Kawaki has such an attitude. Once Delta and Kawaki leave, Eida will pull a dirty face, as if she too is pissed off by Kawaki's behavior.
Another moment clearly shows Kawaki's bad temper towards Eida. This is when Eida informs Kawaki of the birth of the Shinju. When she tells him that the Shinju are targeting Naruto and herself, Kawaki will ignore the fact that the Shinju are targeting Eida and only focus on the fact that the Shinju are targeting Naruto, which at the moment bothers Eida. That moment, she must have understood that Kawaki only cares about Naruto, the rest, he doesn't care. Kawaki continues by saying that no matter what happens, he is the one who has Naruto, and that no matter what happens, he will take care of anything that might cause Naruto problems. He didn't even say at least one "what about you" or even a little word to say that he will defend Eida too. And this kind of thing, even though it's small, girls notice it. And that's the case with Eida. So I think that if Mamushi attacks Eida, Kawaki won't give a damn. Eida will have to count on Demon's help. And to kill Eida's morale, when Kawaki is going to leave the table, Eida is going to ask him where he is going. Kawaki is going to answer him, "Leave me alone if you want to know, look with your Senrigen." In the following box, we will see a completely extinguished Eida. I think this is specifically where she realizes that Kawaki is really 1, a fraud, and 2, really annoying. This is why I think the Eida-Kawaki duo is dead.
And in parallel with that, Boruto only, unconsciously of course, accumulates positive points. There are several moments that make me think this. The first moment is when Eida watches the fight between Boruto and Mitsuki. When Boruto spares Mitsuki and tells him that he is his son and not Kawaki, and that if Mitsuki wanted to be sure, he could join him whenever he wanted. Eida couldn't hold back his emotions as he said that Boruto's attitude is really cool. This scene will also intrigue her to understand why Boruto acted like this, which she will tell us later, that she wants to have a long conversation with Boruto. We see here that Eida much prefers Boruto's behavior towards his companions more than Kawaki's behavior.
Eida seems to be extremely impressed by him. Another moment where Eida will seem very attached to Boruto is when she watches his interrogation. She will be shocked like everyone else that Boruto does not denounce Kawaki, thus protecting his reputation and place in Konoha. Later, she will tell Shikamaru that she will not denounce to Konoha that Shikamaru is at the origin of Boruto's escape because she does not want anything bad to happen to him. Plus, she uses the word above all else, as if it was her priority that Boruto be safe. However, she is more supposed to care about Kawaki than Boruto. This clearly shows that Eida is changing sides. Moreover, Eida's fate may now be sealed because, by watching the sequences of the past, Eida may be able to listen and see the sequences where KASHIN KOJI speaks to Boruto about the future. She is therefore also a singularity of destiny, and will have to sooner or later join KASHIN KOJI and Boruto to help them ensure a good future for Konoha. I even think that we will one day see Eida fight for the future of Konoha alongside Boruto and Demon. Because, yes, wherever Eida goes, Demon is necessarily present because he is her brother. I even have a theory that by trying to protect Boruto, Eida might die. Since Eida wants to have a long talk with Boruto, I think she'll go straight to Orochimaru's old hideout. You might tell me that this hideout is extremely well hidden by a double genjutsu. But don't forget that she has the KASHIN KOJI Toad at her disposal. So she can ask the KASHIN KOJI Toad directly where and how to enter his base. When she's in there, I think she'll be eager to talk to Boruto, and so it's easily deducible that she'll do it as quickly as possible. I think she will tell him about her relationship with Kawaki, the reactions of human feelings, but most importantly, what are Boruto's motivations, why he decided to protect Kawaki's position. I think that Eida's role, when that time comes, will be to allow us, the readers, to know more about Boruto, Uzumaki, and his ambitions, his motivations, his thoughts, his feelings, and his behavior. This moment will therefore be rich in information for us and crucial to better understand Boruto's actions. When their talks end, I think Eida will be convinced to stay with Boruto and KASHIN KOJI because I think she's tired of living with Kawaki. But above all, I think that KASHIN KOJI will ask Eida to act with them in the shadows to ensure a good future for Konoha. The power of Eida and Demon will be more than a major asset at their side, so I don't think KASHIN KOJI will miss such an opportunity. And let's imagine if Eida still wants to stay living with Kawaki, I think that KASHIN KOJI will offer Eida to help them without necessarily staying 24/7 in their base. I think she will be able to live with Kawaki, but Eida and Demon should not reveal to Kawaki that they are in alliance with Boruto, because otherwise, Kawaki could kill them. If KASHIN KOJI needs them, he will just have to contact them through his toads. I think KASHIN KOJI will need them to fight the Shinjus, but also possibly other new future enemies. For example, Amato's daughter. If she turns into Otsutsuki, Eida and Demon might be able to defeat her. Also, let's not forget that Eida and Demon have other abilities that haven't been revealed to us yet. I think both of them are extremely powerful characters. Can't wait to see their power at its maximum. But, don't you think it's too good that Eida's fate ends just like that? KASHIN KOJI has darker ideas than you think. I think KASHIN KOJI will have to sacrifice Eida. You may be wondering why. Simply because I think KASHIN KOJI will send Eida and maybe Demon to fight an opponent stronger than them. Why would he do that? Either because they will be the only people with the ability to weaken this opponent, which would lead KASHIN KOJI to send Boruto to finish the job, or it could be for another much darker reason. Maybe he thinks that Eida has too much of a negative and unstable impact on life. Because just think about it for a second. Do you really think it's a good thing that everyone is captivated by Eida? Because if we follow this logic, right now, apart from Boruto, Sarada, Samaire, Demon, and Kawaki, everyone is in love with Eida. I don't think KASHIN KOJI thinks this is a good thing. But there is another reason why KASHIN KOJI would consider killing Eida. It's simply the fact that she can use her Shinjutsu of omnipotence at any time to rechange the history of humanity. Just imagine if KASHIN KOJI saw a future where Eida managed to control her Shinjutsu. Do you think that would be a good thing? Do you think it would be a good thing to have a living being that is capable at any time of changing the history of life in an instant? I think it would totally unbalance the world. I think Eida is a very worrying presence in the shinobi world, and KASHIN KOJI must realize this. That's why I think KASHIN KOJI will be able to take advantage of Eida's feelings towards Boruto to say something like, Eida, you and Demon must go fight Jura, because he is after Boruto, and you two are the only people capable of defeating Jura, or any pretext to send them to fight against a powerful enemy. Blinded by her feelings, I think Eida will not care about anything, and will go to fight with a strong desire to be able to protect Boruto from Jura. I think she will think that it would be a way to redeem herself towards Boruto, because she is the one who put Boruto in these conditions of rogue ninja. Despite her strong desire to make up for her mistakes, Eida will give us an excellent fight against Jura by showing us the full extent of her fighting skills. I think she will fight in a duo with Demon and will have excellent coordination. The fight will be tough and spectacular, but I think that in the end, it is Jura who will win. Eida will therefore be the victim of a tragic death, betrayed by KASHIN KOJI. Despite this, Eida will have marked our minds with her writing so special and not common to other characters. Her death will mark so much spirit that she will be, I think, one of the strongest and most beautiful manga characters of all time. So that's what I think of Eida. I hope you enjoyed this video. In 2 days, I will make a video on a fictional fight between Boruto and Naruto. To know the winner of this fight, subscribe and activate the notification bell so as not to miss this video, which promises to be excellent. Well, all that remains for me is to wish you a good night or day, and remember that life is good, but better when it is lived in peace.